welcome back to another FU Friday, where tonight FU stands for freezing your ass off, because that's what we've been doing for the last week or so. The mornings in the teens, getting up in the lower 20s during the day, and single digits at night, with the feels like temp being around 0. So it's been very cold, and things are only going to get worse. So tonight we're going to talk about a couple of things. First of all, something I've been negligent of is talking about my awesome Crimson Tide, Roll Tide, for winning the national championship against a very, very good Clemson team. I got nothing but praise for the quarterback from Clemson. This young man is an amazing athlete, and if they don't win the national championship with him next year, seeing that they're bringing back, I believe, 8 people on offense and 9 people on defense, then I would be completely surprised. They're really a good team, and I was really proud of our team for what we were able to accomplish against them this year. So it was amazing, and I'm oh so proud of my Crimson Tide. Moving on to our next segment, though, we're going to talk about a little bit of vocabulary. We're going to look at some J words tonight. Now, I only have a few, but, you know, after my several lengthy videos, maybe it'll be refreshing to have a short one here. But we're going to go through some vocabulary, and then we've got a special topic to talk about at the end, which I'll get to. So our first word of the night is Juggersnot. Juggersnot. That's a huge impending sneeze that you know that's coming. You can't do anything about. Second word is Jenky. This is a word your kids might use, but it's an adjective describing usually something that's old and dilapidated or in low social regard. Just, you know, something worn out, old. Jenky. The next word is Jenga Effect. The Jenga Effect is the fear of taking any action on something that is pending because of your fear of the consequences of those actions, and yet the discomfort of the fact that you haven't acted on it has not reached a point that pushes you to take that action. So you're sort of in a, you know, in a in-between state where, you know, you could do something that's really detrimental to yourself, but be forced to do it. I like this one, Judgify. Judgify is a combination of the words judging and justifying. This is when a person appears to be very judgmental but goes on to try to justify their actions as being warranted for some reason. Jingle Bells. Jingle Bells. This is some gastrointestinal distress following a night of holiday self-indulgence. Jingle Bells. And our final word of the night is Jackintosh. A Jackintosh is a PC used exclusively for viewing and indulging in pornography. Jackintosh. And actually the final J word of the night, Jonas. What is Jonas, you might ask? Jonas is the winter storm that they have named. Now, they started naming winter storms only a few years ago, so it still seems a little odd to me. Now, I came from the Gulf Coast, where we've named hurricanes for 100 years or more. But Winter Storm Jonas is coming. Now, the impetus behind Jonas are 2 low pressure systems that are right now currently going across the U.S. One's towards the middle of the country, sort of up here, and the other one is now traversing the Gulf Coast. And these 2 low pressure systems are going to merge over here right around Georgia, South Carolina, and they're going to come up the coast, or it at that point is going to come off the coast, and when it gets over the water, it's going to intensify, and it's going to turn north, and it's going to skirt the coast all the way up. And because we have this cold air over us, it's going to turn into probably a historical winter storm for this area. Now, we don't think it's going to break the all-time snow records, but most of the forecasters are predicting it's going to probably end up about number 3, which they're predicting for our area about 2 feet of snow. Now, if the storm moves a couple of miles either way, we can either get a little bit less or we could get even more. Now, I have a local weather guy here in the neighborhood who's really good. I won't name him, but he's been predicting 26 to 30 inches for several days now. So that's a lot of snow. That's a lot of snow for anywhere. But for here, it's a huge amount of snow. As a matter of fact, at this moment, we're under a blizzard warning, and I'll read off some of the parameters from this blizzard warning that we've received. So the National Weather Service in Baltimore and Washington has issued a blizzard warning Friday, which is tomorrow, or when you watch this, will probably be 2 hours into the blizzard warning. Until 6 a.m. Sunday morning. Now, the hazards involved with this include heavy snow and wind, with blowing and drifting snow Friday afternoon through Saturday night. Now, we really don't expect it to start really coming down snow until about 8 p.m. Friday, so this video will probably be up a few hours before that. But they're accumulating, but they're predicting accumulations of 18 to 24 inches east of Washington, D.C., which is where we are, 24 to 30 inches to the west of D.C., and 24 inches. Again, as I said, a shift in the storm either way could really change those. They're also saying northeastern winds 25 to 30 miles an hour with gusts up to 50, and temps in the mid to upper 20s. So they define a blizzard warning as severe winter weather conditions expected or occurring, falling and blowing snow with strong winds, leading to whiteout conditions. Basically, they say do not travel, stay at home, hunker down, all that good stuff. Now, coming from the Gulf Coast, I know how to hunker down. I've ridden out many hurricanes. This isn't quite a hurricane, but this lasts longer than a hurricane because it basically, disables anybody's ability to move around for quite some time afterwards. I've got a couple of concerns. Around here we lose power quite a bit. Also, I've got firewood, but I'm worried with this amount of snow. I've got a cap over my fireplace, but what happens, because if the power goes out and I want to heat my house using my fireplace, what are the chances that my chimney might get covered in snow? And then, of course, the snow would melt, but how long would it take to melt after I light a fire, and where would the smoke go? Anyway, a little bit of concern. And one of the things also I'm worried about is, outside I've got my air conditioner, my heat pump, and I'm worried about the snow building up around it, and then it losing its airflow, and so I will probably be going in and out throughout the day and doing stuff to try to keep it clear. I would be concerned if the airflow stopped, there might be damage to the unit or something like that. So these are the kind of things I'm worried about. What I'm not worried about is food. I got plenty of canned goods. I'm not worried about light. I've got an oil lamp and candles, and I've got emergency flashlights, and I got the fireplace, and so I'm not worried about heat. I'm not worried about light. I'm not worried about food. I got toilet paper. Not worried about that. Got water. Got a 4-wheel drive car if push comes to shove. So got a lot of things positively going for me, but still some concerns. Now, the biggest side effect of this blizzard coming in here is the fact that my girlfriend's birthday is Sunday. It's a landmark birthday for her, and we had some really cool plans to undermine those plans because we cannot travel on Saturday, and the roads will probably be fairly impassable on Sunday as well. And so she and I were both excited for our own reasons. She's excited because it's her birthday, and I'm excited because I love to give presents and do cool things for people, especially her. And so none of that's going to happen, and so she's basically going to hang out in Baltimore and spend her birthday by herself, and I'm sorry. I really am. I wish there was something I can do about it, but you know, so we'll have to postpone that. In the meantime, though, I will be making a video log, a diary about what's going on. I might do some time lapses of the snow and some other cool things, but there'll be lots of imagery for you guys coming over the next few days, and hopefully you'll at least get some idea of how much fun we're having, and you know, get to experience a little bit of it with us. So anyway, thanks for dropping by again. Happy Friday. Everybody enjoy your weekend. We will try to. It'll be different and a little exciting. But you know, we'll see you next time. I'll probably post a video on Monday with all my stuff combined and, you know, edited up and whatever else. So you'll see it all then. All right, guys. In the meantime, take it easy. See you later.